Everybody, my name is Nate. So how many of you here heard about this event through the Tech Week website? Okay. How many of you were frustrated that this website does not have a map? Okay. So there's a lot of, think about music festivals, a lot of conferences have this problem where they have a flat list of all these events and you don't know like how long it's going to take to get from one event to the next and which events are clustered in the same place. So we thought we got to do something about this. So my friend Alex, who some of you know from Sundai, messaged me on WhatsApp the day before the event. He's like, hey, we should build this. And I said, it might be hard to get that done before tomorrow. And then he said, well, with the coding bots, it should be simple. And he knew just the thing to like kind of push me and challenge me. And so we launched this site before the conference started. And basically what we're trying to do here is make it really easy to navigate a big conference, like a multi-day, multi-venue event, like Tech Week. Just zooming in on the map, you can click, and it filters the list of events over here. You can also toggle between the different days, and it'll filter the list of events. And there's also a gallery view, if you like viewing events this way. There's also a search feature, so you can type in, hey, I'm interested in robotics, I'm interested in healthcare events, I'm interested in AI events, events for founders, and it'll filter the list to just show you those events. And we're also working, so this is the last day of the Boston Tech Week. Next week, actually tomorrow, the New York Tech Week starts. So we've already built a New York version of this. It's in New York, from New York, or going to New York. Check it out. The website, and people have been really pleased with what we built. These are people saying nice things about it. And what's next? So after the New York one, there's also a San Francisco one, so we're going to build one for that. And then beyond Tech Week, really our vision is to build a tool that is like multi-venue for any multi-venue conference, right? It'll ingest all the events, enrich the events, publish a map-centric guide with a chat UI. And really what we want to become is like the data layer for the agentic era conference attendees. So you don't have to click around on a website, but you can basically use your chat tool to create a personalized schedule for your event. These are some of the people I worked with. Atten built the Event Scraper library. Alex built the Telegram bot. I built the map in the iOS Android apps. If you'd like to try it, there's the QR code. We have some iOS and Android apps coming shortly. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
The tool went viral this week. I used it as well for the Boston Tech Week. Please, next one come up, Nash. He's a long-term Sundai hacker. He builds highly technical products and on the intersection with AI and hardware. Please, Nash, talk more about Camouflage.
We will do questions, please, in person. So please, come to Nate.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nash. So how many of you know, how many of you are using OpenClaw here? Tried it? How many of you are not trying it because it could do bad things to your machine? Yeah. So this has always been a problem, and this is not the first time OpenClaw is just a phenomenon of 2026. But microsegmentation has been around since almost 70s. What does microsegmentation mean? You essentially try to partition data in such a way that you can work with HIPAA compliant, SOC 2 compliant, or any other regulated sector where you really need to. So the problem is, if you get hacked or if you have an incident on the machine, you don't want the rest of your machines that are in the network compromised. It could be a production databases. At Camouflage, what we built is a solution to microsegment. If you go to camouflagenetworks.com, you can learn a little bit more about it. So the goal is to create a silo infrastructure easily using AI and our MCP server. You can just chat with it and say, hey, I have a production database. How do I microsegment it? And it will say, oh yeah, create this network, add that database here, and then we work on any cloud, Azure, AWS. We don't host your data, you take our solution and bring it to your cloud. You can watch a quick demo here. We have everything from networking stack all the way into a virtual machine. So once, if you guys feel you want to try this out, it's an alpha product, very recently built. It will allow you to spin up 5, 10, 20 open claws on your desktop machine. And I can guarantee you that these open claws are not going to see any of your private data. So if you want to give it a try, I'm right there on that particular table. Come to me and I'll give you a link to this particular product. The demo is pretty straightforward. Hopefully it will run. Don't allow. So you can see here, you can create a machine in just seconds. It'll download out of the 7 or 8 different Linux distributions, including Kali, which is if you want to just hack something, you can actually do that. And then you can set the memory, the other information once it gets downloaded, the VM will get created if you hit start on it, right? You can always change anything on it. And you'll see that it boots up. And now you have a full operating system to work with on your local machine. You can transfer it to your basement Mac if you have one. And you can, we recently just released snapshotting feature, which allows you to snapshot. So if you were having an open flaw and then it does things and you're like, oh, you know what, I really want to go back to my yesterday's version of my open flaw, you can just revert back to yesterday. This is all built in Rust, and I've been building it for the last 2 years, and it's ready for you guys to give it a try. Yeah, there you go. All the way here, and you can set it up with whatever you want. So come over and then ask me how you can use it. If you want to give it a try, I'd love to know your feedback. That's it. That's Camouflage.
Thanks a lot, Ned. Next one, we have Andrew with Community. You heard Andrew early in the morning. He's famous for Sunday for knowing the most about LLMs. So please talk about what you're building.
All right, thank you. So instead of talking about what I've built, I'm going to talk about it from the problem perspective, or what we're actually trying to solve here. So the first observation, for those that are not aware, is that compute is very hard to come by right now. I talked about in the morning how Anthropic, they were super compute constrained. They had to sign a deal with XAI, who, Elon Musk, not the biggest fan of Anthropic, not the biggest fan of Elon Musk. They still managed to give each other billions of dollars a year because Anthropic needs compute that badly. We're also seeing that it's getting more and more expensive to get access to this compute. On the GPU rental market, we are seeing all-time highs for the prices right now. And then for LLMs, we're seeing price hikes. Gemini 3.5 Flash tripled in price. GPT 5.5 is twice as expensive as GPT 5.4 was. And this is only going to get more and more expensive as time goes on. We have so far seen a 10x increase in LLM demand, but only a 3x in compute. And so this compute crunch will get worse and worse as time goes on. It will price people out. The other observation is there's actually a lot of compute that is available that is not online right now. So if we look at gaming GPUs, so specifically like 30, 40, 50 series NVIDIA GPUs, all very capable of running LLMs, there's order of magnitude tens of millions of them out there right now that are just sitting idle, being used, for gaming, like when you get back from work, when you're done with your schoolwork, anything like that. And all of these GPUs are very capable of running LLMs. Not only can they run it just for your own use, but they can also run it for a group of people as well. They're GPUs, they're meant to do things in parallel. There are billions and billions of tokens per second available if we go and utilize all of that. And then also, we're seeing small models get very good. For the AI news, talking about these large frontier models, for a lot of use cases, a lot of day-to-day work, they're effectively the same. We've reached a limit where they already aren't good enough for the vast majority of tasks, and now, because of this, all of the smaller models are also catching up even more. So we've seen recently, with the Qwen 3.6 models, they're as good as Sonnet 4.5, if not better, for agentic tasks. And Sonnet is a model that was released back in August of last year, so less than a year old. So pulling this all together, how do we pull all of these pieces together? The answer is compute community. So we want to go and be able to allow you to run models locally on your GPUs and then be able to share them with others around you. So we've already I made a community on there for Sunday where we have, I believe, about 60 people on there right now. I'm hosting local models that anyone here can use for free. Nate's hosting models as well, wherever Nate went, who you heard talk a few moments ago. I believe one of the Jordans as well is also hosting a model on there. So yeah, I think this is the future of using this local LLMs, and yeah, compute community is the answer for that. Thank you.
Very interesting. One of the Jordans as well. Okay, next one, we have Richard. He's an MIT PhD student and going to present Unbox AI. Please go.
Thank you. I'm Ricard. So what if you could predict the future? What would you do? We try to figure out if that person you want to ask out would say yes or no. We try to predict the stock market. Well, we can predict the future. But to tell you what that means, you need to understand a little bit how LLMs, or large language models, predict the future. LLMs predict the next word based on previous words in text. So it's not really chronological, but they're kind of a little bit predicting the future. What we do is that we predict the next action based on historical actions of human beings. So we predict the future of human intent. And what that means is that we build a large behavioral foundation models, specifically now for payments and retail. That data is mainly purchases and clicks. Our land and expand application is personalization. That's personalized offer, campaigns, it's churn prediction, loyalty optimization, it's fraud detection, store planning. But our vision is to become the de facto foundation model for the behavioral digital economy. If you look at one of our clients, a top global payment company, only personalized campaigns and offer activation itself is a $1 billion revenue engine. And we are replacing all legacy machine learning solutions that don't scale and show zero transfer learning. And they sent us 90 applications for our model, each one between $100 million and $2 billion in revenue. Each one with all legacy solutions that we are replacing with a single foundation model. And they've tried large language models here. Trust me, it doesn't work. Again, our insight is that while LLMs can predict the next token in text, we predict the next actions in behavior. And we've shown that with enough scale in terms of data and compute, it works. We get 10x improvement in conversion rates, and we can build one single model that actually shows deep intelligence with great transferabilities. I've been a lead in this space for 6 years, and as a side project during my PhD, we've done $8.5 million in revenue, $3.5 million in profit. I just graduated. We're going full time, we're going all in, we're building a business on this. The inbound is crazy, and this space is blowing up. If you heard about large tabular models, a different alternative foundation model, Priorlab just sold for $1.2 billion, having raised just $9 million a year ago. Fundamentals just raised $1.4 billion. So, these will not be real companies if they're not real cracks in what LLMs can do. And we're in this space, you have to trust me. These are research that cited us as the leader, and behavior will be as large as the language space. So we're looking to build a $1 trillion company. So please come talk to me afterwards. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much,
Next one is Nikolai with AdBill. Nikolai is famous at Sunday for buying free Mac Minis, all running autonomous agents. Please tell us more about AdBill.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Everyone. That's not me. Yeah, that's me. So, you all know about SaaS apocalypses. So we're basically building SaaS, which is SaaS as a service. And we're building AI that autonomously builds and runs SaaS companies. It's called AGI, so it builds and runs businesses autonomously. We mostly focus on small tech businesses right now, like lifestyle or indie hacker style businesses, which were possible before with humans because they're like too small business-wise and revenue-wise. But if you run and you build and run them autonomously with AI, like the cost is much lower. And we cover everything from ideation to revenue. So AI should, like, it's not yet fully working, but like like the idea is that it works until it generates revenue, and humans can intervene, can steer, but they don't have to. And basically, it's ideation, building, marketing, including all ways to market with paid and free ways of marketing. How we run it, we have some infrastructure, deterministic infrastructure around our open class, and our open class are building businesses. Each claw is basically building a separate business. It's similar to startup accelerators, but not for humans, but for AI agents. So we have multiple like AI agents. Each of them are building their own SaaS, micro SaaS, and we as AGI, as a company, we help them to be successful. We improve them, we mentor them. I would say like improve their prompts. We provide them with some internal infrastructure to deploy sites, to accept payments, to like market their products through Google, Meta, and everything else. So it's kind of startup accelerator, but for AI agents. It's a little bit easier than startup accelerator for humans, because if some of these agents are not working well, you can easily kill them and spawn another one, or like hundreds of them, like you cannot do it with humans in startup accelerator. So we basically run them 24/7, and they're building micro SaaS companies. You can join waitlist on agbi.ai if you want to be notified when it's working. Actually, we have a public preview. You can use Sundai coupon to get a free instance for yourself, but then like they will break. We move fast, break things, and we will break your AGI instance if you will have one. So don't have high expectations on stability right now. But basically, our idea is to provide every human founder with AI founder, AI co-founder that will help you to build a business or like dozens of businesses autonomously, and will run them for you. That's AGI. Now, I also want to present Fiona here. And Fiona is kind of similar to AGI, but works now and works for companies. So it's AI brain for your team. So if AGI is full autonomous companies, AI builds it for you, runs it for you, and do everything without humans, and like even human intervention for AGI is not necessary. And well, it's not like zero reply companies are easier without humans than with humans nowadays. Fiona helps your existing company or your team to use agents collaboratively. You can think about it as you can use OpenClaw or Hermes yourself, but if you want to collaborate with your team on agents, if you want some governance, if you want some team management for agents, you can use Fiona. It's similar to Word versus Google Doc, where in Google Doc you can work collaboratively on some documents. In Fiona, you can work collaboratively on agents. And Fiona can connect to all team tools, all services teams are using, like emails, Slacks, everything. HR systems, some sales like CRMs, meeting note takers, everything. And can automate actions across these tools and build agents, like generate agents that support processes across these tools. So this is some example of some of our companies actually processes automated with Fiona. And basically it's a way for teams to build and own and collaborate on their agents and replace some of the processes, especially some routine processes between services, between tools with agents. And it's already working. If you want to try, go to Sundai AI. We have a free tier to try and paid tiers depending on the usage. That's it. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thanks so much, Nikolai.
Very interesting pitch. Next one is Kwai. He's MIT undergrad and won an AI Studio Day. It's a big competition. Please come on stage and tell us more about Octopus AI.
Hi everyone, my name is Quietly. So this is a bit different. It's not exactly a startup, but we're willing to turn to a startup if I find the right team to expand. Okay, so the idea is everyone knows about universal remotes, right? So the annoying part about them was always setting them up and looking up device codes for any device. But the good ones now, they have this feature auto scan, and they let you to automatically connect to your devices, like your television. So think of Octopus as auto scan, but for any embedded system device. So every appliance, every sensor rig, every robotic arm should be controllable by an AI agent. That's the vision that we're going for. But hardware doesn't ship with agent callable APIs. So when you have an embedded system device, there typically are drivers that are very custom and they get written for each device, and you kind of have to like go search up the docs, figure out how do you use this particular device. The MCP explosion lets AI agents to control pretty much every software. So every software company has written MCP servers that let AI agents control them. However, that hasn't really hit hardware yet. So here's what it actually looks like if you can control your hardware with an AI agent and totally just have it run on its own.
Drop one shell command on a Mac, on a Raspberry Pi. The same 5 markdown specs hand a coding agent your hardware, and it writes the MCP server itself. Coding agents are the new operating system. Prompts are the instruction set. Claude Desktop picks up the Pi's public tunnel, sees the new tools, and starts calling them. The arm moves. The camera sees what it just did. Closed-loop visual motor control over standard MCP. And the only custom thing in the loop is Markdown.
Okay, so I'm sure you guys have heard of thought leaders like Andre Kaparti and so forth talking about how basically you really just like give your ideas to coding agents, and people can like now think about code as sort of like a transfer of ideas. So there's 2 ideas behind this. One is that coding agents in new software, so you don't necessarily ship code, you ship instructions, objectives, goals, constraints. And then we can automate the process of writing MCP servers. So we built this for AI Studio Demo Day, and we won the top prize. And if you're interested, feel free to reach out to me and talk more about this potentially. Think about how you can deploy this in the real world, and think of essentially deploying thousands of embedded system devices using this approach. Thanks.
Thanks so much, Kai.
Very cool pitch. Next one is Ravi with Kerbit. He's from Boston University, and he builds a tool I think we all really need and want to use it.
Thank you so much, Fredo. So I have a question for everyone. Who here likes to move trash from the driveway to the curbside? Everyone does, right? I mean, that's what we look forward to in our mornings, correct? No, I'm kidding, of course not. We don't like doing any of that stuff. So we built a robot that automates that process for you, and specifically designed for people that really aren't home. So here's the video of how it works. Assume that's a trash can. Pretend. So the other feature that we got is it's auto schedules for the trash cycle for the actual city itself. So it's really a set and forget situation. So it saves you the headache from having to think about when to take trash out. I mean, yeah. And that's about that. So this is outside my street. This is yesterday. I mean, that car nearly got hit by a trash can. So you can imagine that these things are actually pretty destructive. And also, the fines can add up, especially if they're not there present. And how it works is it's basically 1, 2, 3. The user drives and teaches the robot, then the user sets the schedule for when the robot deploys, and then you forget about it, like everything in life. You just forget about it, you just go on with it, and focus on things that actually matter, like baking or cooking. And this is what the problem that we actually came up to, which was 50% of Airbnb guests hate this specific point. It's a big issue, and it can lead to rating stars that guests give to Airbnbs to drop by 1 star, from let's say 5 to 4, which reduces the occupancy from 70% to 35%. So it can really ding an Airbnb host completely. This is a major issue point. And this is our total TAM and SAM that we have. And we aim to go after US rental markets at the end, and then go after every other market. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Please talk to speakers afterwards with 6 pictures to go. Next one is Emre. He's a long-term Sundai hacker and Boston University student and building safe structures.
Thanks so much, Rizal. So hello everyone. Everyone can hear me? Yes. So my name is Emre Can Baykurt. I am founder of the Safe Structure. So in the United States, there is more than 140 million residential units exist. And all of them is around 30 to 100 different image. And this is making more than billion image sitting on our database. All of them is unstructured. So we are not using this data. We are not using this data for buying house, renting house, or subletting anything else. So you can see on the top what kind of picture we can use from external or internal. And residential is just one of the use case. And also we are working for the commercial analyzing too. So if you look in this graph, on the bottom it's showing the image intelligence. And on the from low to high on the left, you can see financial decision intelligence. We are not only highlighting severity analysis of the structural damage, we are also calculating your renovation. We are also estimating your renovation cost under 2 minutes for every property and just $2. So how are we doing? So this is really, basic UX. If you are a property manager, you have more than 15 houses, just drag and drop a couple pictures, and on the right you can see directly our estimation. And also we are preparing some reports, and these reports, even if you have any crack at the home and you have the home inspection and you want to explain what happened to your house, so this report is even good for insurance company to claim some money. And this is only $2 again. And so what we did, so first of all, we are focusing the auction and foreclosure markets because there is huge gap for the technological side on the foreclosure. In 2025 quarter 4, more than 110,000 foreclosure happened. This is an incredible number, and it's going to be up to up. These foreclosure companies every year announcing billion dollars. So that's why we want to be some layer for these investors because they have limited image, limited information. We have only location and picture. From picture, we are analyzing their structural risk. From environment, we are analyzing their flood, fire, and earthquake. And here's our quick demo. 30 seconds. So this is our map. On the map, property, all the properties value, all information we have. So this chatbot, you can think kind of open cloud. It's managing all my database and all my map. So even if I'm looking for some zone, I'm directly saying that where is the best investable area, near house, near transportation area. It's directly finding your empty space and giving you some bidding intelligence. And feel free to scan this QR code. We have waitlist. I'm giving 100 credits to everyone next 2 months. You can test, and if you see any issue, please let me know. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Emre. Very good pitch. Next one is Stella. She's a PhD student at BU and works in the Jenga building, one of the most famous Boston landmarks. So please come up stage and tell us more about Situent.
Hi everyone, I'm Stella. I'm a cognitive scientist by training and a founder at heart. I've found that it's really hard to stay accountable for your time. I have these goals on my list, and then when I actually get into it in the day, I get distracted and I get carried off, and it's really hard to tell where my time is going, what I'm spending my time on, and what I should be spending it on. So I started building a tool where I used AI agents to just talk to it every day. I tell it what I'm doing, where I'm going, what time I'm doing it, and I started to ask, and it started to generate insights of like constructing a calendar of exactly when I'm doing it, and also I start to see how my time is laying out. What is getting spent on work? What is getting spent on meals? And I really see like a pattern starting to lay out. And then after recording myself for about 3 to 4 months, I now have a layer of intelligence that I can use where I can start querying an agent and ask, how long does it take for me to do laundry usually? Or how long does it take for me to get ready in the morning? So I can start planning and predicting of how long usually it takes for me to get started with my day or how long my routines go. And that's what Situent is doing. We're building a time agent that listens and learns who you are and gradually give you suggestions and predictions on how to build your day. And here's what it can do for you. It can make predictions on your habits, see patterns, pointing it out, giving you insights. It can also make suggestions on how to optimize your time, like you have this free block on Saturday morning, maybe that's the best time to get your laundry done, and also talk to other agents to find time in your calendar to schedule. I'm looking for founders and users, and if you find this concept to be interesting, please feel free to come and talk to me. Thank you.
Thanks so much for your pitch. Next one is Mavi, a neuroscientist at Aware. Please come on stage, tell us more about Aware.
Hey everybody, my name is Mavi, neuroscientist at Aware. Do you guys know that 76% of people suffer from chronic stress and that only 1 in 4 gets help? Our current mental health system is reactive, subjective, and it's really hard to get the help you need when you need it. On the other hand, wearables are at their peak. It is right now easier than ever to measure steps, heart rate, glucose. But what about the brain? That's just a black box right now. That's why we built Aware. Aware is the smallest EEG device I've ever seen. I'm wearing it behind my ear right now. Oh, finally I learned how to use the mic. And with this EEG data, it powers an app that tells you how stressed you are throughout the day. It helps you with real in-time notifications for acute and chronic stress. Right now we have a couple hundred of customers, and the kind of things they're telling us is, for example, a father says that at work he's very good at self-regulating, but when he's at home, for some reason, he lashes out at his family. Now with Aware, he gets notification right before reaching that point. That way he can step back, take a break, and show up to his family at his best. We also have a very experienced meditator. He has hundreds of meditations to choose from every day, and Aware has been the only device that have helped him objectively measure the effect of every meditation. Besides customers, we also work with business and other researchers, like Stanford and USCSF. With Aware, it's very easy to do large-scale EEG studies. Just ship a small device to your users, and they are ready to run your experiments. For this, we built a research portal. We are a small team of neuroscientists, hardware, and software engineers, and we have an Aware discount code for Tech Week. Talk to me more at the end about it.
Thank you so much. Very good pitch. Now we're coming to a couple of last pitches. Next one is Cole. He graduated from Harvard and is a regular Sunday hacker and now building Citable, one of my personal favorite projects. Please tell us more.
Thank you. Hey guys, Cole here. I'm currently building Citable. So as you guys might know, AI is the new word of mouth, and it only recommends the brands that it verifies and trusts. And what we do is we help to build that trust. So as you might know as well, that the growth of AI search traffic is exponential. We have 4.4 times year-over-year growth in AI search traffic. However, compared to Google search, only 3 or 5 recommendations are coming up in ChatGPT or other AI engines. And that is because AI knows you very well. It knows your personal conversation history. It knows your memory snippet and what tools you use and you dislike. So that's why it gives you a tailored advice. So what we do is we help brands and businesses to understand their audience and to help them to earn AI's trust. What we do is we have 2 main engines. The one is Persona Engine, where we understand and evaluate who are your target audience, what's their intent behind, and why they ask questions in AI. And the next engine is the Action Engine, where we focus on really understanding your value proposition and help you to show up in the targeted channels with targeted content so that it can be measured with AI visibility improvement. With the 5 months traction, we have achieved 10x MRR growth in 4 months. We have 5 cross-border clients, and we have helped one healthcare business to raise in #1 position in 45 days. So our vision is a trust-based agentic commerce. So right now, we have purely human looking through Amazon or Shopify, but in future, it's going to be human asking AI, where it delegates the task for agents to source and verify and to buy the certain product or service. But it's really hard to understand what exactly is behind those behind those agents. What are the intents of the human that we really want to serve? So that's what we do. We really want to help our brands to understand the intent and own the channel. And we have the team, the right team to do it, with the former experience with the go-to-market, the agentic payment infrastructure, and the measurement layer. So finally, AI recommends the branded trust, and Sadable builds yours. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Cole. Very good pitch. Next one, we have regular Sundai hacker Flavia, who is addressing the housing market crisis.
Hi. I'm Flavia Beckless, founder of Bricks Nexus. Every year, the housing crisis is getting worse. To address that problem, we are reimagining the real estate development life cycle by building AI-powered B2B PropTech ecosystem. Right now, there's a shortage of 5 million houses in the market, mainly due to zoning restrictions, structural labor shortage, and fragmented finance. But in reality, millions of property owners are seeing very valuable opportunities. But because of zoning codes are so complex, these opportunities remain invisible to them. Bricks Nexus intends to solve this problem with Prop AI by first analyzing property information and municipal records and GIS data to find these hiding opportunities. Then, using automatically contact property owners to inform and validate these opportunities and publish these opportunities in our marketplace that will connect the owner with builders. Everything in a very user-friendly platform that will help the user from opportunity discovery to through the whole life and to publish the whole construction management throughout the whole construction phase, including the construction management that has step-by-step that helps even an experienced users throughout the construction of the project. Looking ahead, we envision the implementation of tokenization of real estate to help to finance and bring more investors to this industry. The business model is mainly focused on SaaS subscriptions and transactions fee, but we also envision to have special reports and data as services. Join us in rebuilding the housing industry. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Very interesting pitch. Our next startup is from 2 MIT people, one from Sloan and one PhD student, Ion. Ion, please come on stage. We are happy to listen to your startup.
Hello everyone, my name is Kian. Our company name is Eon. We are building infrastructure to deploy billions of personal agents. As you guys know, agents require lots of token codes, like 25 multiple than LLM chatbot. And also for the personal agent, it should run always on behind the scene, and also it should understand very complex context, and also it requires lots of system level context. So we solve that problem with our always on and multi-facet and intent driven architecture. What we have is we solving that token problem to amortize that cost and inference cost by sharing the knowledge and through collective inference. So as you can see here, this is a real simulation graph. It's not a infographics. It's a real simulation graph. We can amortize as growth, as the number of the users grows, the marginal cost of each user is getting close to zero. So we can create millions of scale agents with easily and affordably. Myself, I was a semiconductor processor designer and platform architect for 12 years, and then I led the AI consumer platform strategy and commercialized. And my co-founder is MIT PhD machine learning and AI expert with 2,600 citations. So we are a perfect team to develop this platform and to commercialize it for consumer level. And we think wellness and health is the ideal beachhead to deploy these millions of scale agents, because the market is increasing and also always on personal agents needed. And we start pilot with the world's largest cosmetic R&D and manufacturing company. So we are looking for our founding team to create this vision and realize and make it grow together. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Karen. Now the two final startups, please give them your attention. Next one, we have Artem. He's co-founder of Sundai, MIT PhD, and now building Autolab. Please tell us more what you're building.
Thank you, Peter. All right, folks, it's been a lot of presentations, so I'll be quick. We have a couple announcements to cover here. Can you raise your hand if you've been trying auto research, or you've been running like agentic loops to optimize? Okay, so I believe that soon it's going to be more people. So basically, if you didn't hear about this, there is right now like this very hot topic where people try to optimize software agentically, right? So like you have any piece of software that you want to optimize, you have a metric attached to it, and you basically just like dump it to Claude Code, and Claude Code like keeps iterating, sometimes for like multiple days, modifies the code and tries to improve it all the time. So this thing is called auto research. It's very, very hot right now. And what we see at Autolab with happening with auto research is that right now we are kind of like in 2023 moment for coding. So you remember in 2023 when ChatGPT came out, people were like, okay, we can probably code with it. It was very clear that it's going to change the coding forever. And what people were doing, they were copy-pasting the code from like a chat window on the left to their ID on the right. And it was like very convenient already, but people probably not like all the way there. So what we are doing in Autolab is very similar to what Cursor did to coding in 2023, right? So when Cursor came out, they did two very important things. First of all, they introduced a very nice UX that allowed them to grasp into much more users, right? So apart from just like your early adopters who were copy-pasting code from ChatGPT, they really like grasped a huge part of the market. And second thing they did, they optimized the harnesses, right? So whenever your coding agent can see all the code base, it can see the file structure, the Git, it can be much more helpful. So we believe that right now there is a vacuum on the market for a similar solution like Cursor for coding, but for auto research. That's what we're building at Autolab. It's basically right now 3 co-founders. It's me, Serge, and Sean. Little fact about ourselves is that if you don't know me yet, Sundai started in my living room. Serge was another co-founder, and Sean was like one of the most legendary hackers here for all this time. So the big announcement is we've just raised a very big round, so we have money to pay people, and we are looking for the crackiest team to join us. we'll be moving to San Francisco. We'll rent like a giant hacker house there. We'll probably be throwing like a lot of Sunday hacks and lots of events there too. But basically the whole point that we will be building infrastructure for auto research. So if you want to join, there is a QR code there. If you're interested in a position, we are accepting applications for many different roles. Mostly we're looking for people who know how to build harnesses. So if you build a lot of agentic harnesses, you know how to optimize Kiwi cache hits, you know how to optimize, like Ralph loops and stuff like that. Please apply. We are also looking for post-training experts. If you've ever done RL or SFT, please join us. We are also looking for other positions, so like people to help us scale backend infrastructure, or for people to help us with chief of staff. So if you're considering, please apply. And yeah, we're looking for lots of you to join us in this adventure. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Artem. Very interesting pitch. So the last one for today is Dunya. She's a co-founder of Augmentation Lab and MIT graduate student. Please tell us more about Wallace, accelerating research.
Thanks, Frito. Yeah, we already just heard about a super interesting startup working on research, and we're also working on augmenting research, but from basically the other side, which is the interface layer. So I'm a researcher, and in my day-to-day workflow, I was getting frustrated that I felt that AI was getting smarter and better every single day. Is it not working? Oh, okay. But I saw myself having to do a lot of administrative things and feeling kind of dumber in the way that I was thinking and being creative in how I'm doing science. So that's why we started building Wallace as basically a workbench, an AI workbench for all of your research. So a place where it's super easy for you to store all kind of relevant context related to your research project. All papers, if people using Zotero, Paperpile, go basically into Wallace and become context that is then accessible to various AI agents that you can use. So the different parts of AI agents that help you discover new papers that are relevant. So we have a personalized library where you get paper recommendations based on what you're already interested in. You have a chat that's that has the context about all the things that you do, that you and your team do, and that the goal essentially that we have is to augment the researcher rather than replacing the scientist. So yeah, a core thesis, research is super scattered, and we make it very simple for you. Keep it all in one place and make it actionable directly. So you don't need to switch between 3 Claude chats and 3 papers that you're reading. Every single interaction you're taking in Wallace is context. There was meant to be a QR code here, but we're in open alpha right now. We're also looking for interested people in this, so if you want to help on the interface layer of improving research and science, then please talk to me. The domain is wallace.so, so check it out.
Thanks so much. Now I promise you one more pitch, but it's really the final one. Edson Chris, he's a long-term Sunday hacker and building Vet.
Hey everyone, I'm Chris, the co-founder CEO of Vetted. And what we're trying to do essentially is secure the agentic web. We want to become the neutral trust layer for all of your agentic supply chain artifacts, and we're starting with skills. Like screens. All right, maybe if I refresh this. Alright, cool. I think we're good. I'll run through these real quick. Everyone wants to get back to hacking. So, like I said, we're trying to secure the agentic supply chain. And what does that mean? It means that right now, if you or your agents are pulling in tools and skills and you're using a variety of different harnesses, you want to know if they're safe or not, you want to know if they're performant or not. So that's essentially what we're trying to do is provide an easy gateway for you and your agents to use the best tools that are least compromised. Obviously, these days with non-deterministic workflows and dependencies, you can have a vulnerability in one area that then gets access to your entire computer and it'll spread very widely and very quickly. And so we want to make sure that like every single component of this is appropriately scanned. How are we doing it? We're essentially creating a suite of open source scanners that you can plug into your existing infrastructure through CI/CD commands. We also work with your existing scanners and other benchmarks to make sure that you're using, again, the correct tool for the right job. And so right now we're starting with skills, so you can come onto our website, scan a repo, detect the skills you have, and then highlight specifically where there's risks and vulnerabilities. We've got a bit of formatting issues, but essentially you get the idea. We want to essentially simplify a lot of this stuff by providing a simple, like, 3-letter score. Is it safe? Is it performant? And then beyond that, we want to expand it to allow community to provide feedback. So yeah, very simple kind of rating system, scoring system across different categories and types of things that you might want to use. Again, we're starting with skills, but we want to move on to the different areas of supply chain. And yeah, if you're interested, scan the code to join the waitlist. I'd love to have you. Thanks.
Thanks a lot, Chris. Very good pitch. So if you pitch a startup right now, please raise your hand. With Julia, Chris, Emre, Cole. So please talk to the people. We're trying to build a community of founders in Boston. So even if you cannot only support, it would be nice to talk and push each other. And now we distracted you long enough from the hack. Please keep building. And